Okay, so we're gonna see if I can replicate this bug. So first off, I've noticed that like there's default and there's custom. I cannot change anything on any of this, even with things selected. Can't even really select male or female yet, but Opendix may just have not gotten that far yet. Also, my name's taking drink. Don't ask what that is in the behind the microphone. But yeah, I'm loving how the new Cougar model looks. It looks a lot better than the old one, honestly. The map even looks better. I'm gonna hit spawn. Okay, I did not stay stuck in the air this time. It's awesome. Hey, hey, hey. Ow, ow. Good, I killed it. Anyway, why is it always storming when I get in here? And what is this? I get this as a test map, but, pretty sure that's not supposed to be there. Is that the only spot there is? I think there is one more further away from this pond. Oh, right. I think that's supposed to be rock, which might be what that is supposed to be over there. I am not entirely sure. I just know it's kind of, you run into it, you're kind of stuck. What the hell was that? What in the world? Okay. What is that? What? Is there supposed to be a rabbit there? Is that the rabbit I yoinked? It might be. So I'm gonna drop the rabbit. I'm gonna eat and fill up my hunger. Let me turn around and see how this looks actually. Okay, so it would be nice if the mouth looked like it was making contact with the body and tearing flesh from it. That would give it a little bit more immersion. I mean, it still looks really awesome though. I love the blood splashing, how realistic that looks, honestly. But it is a little weird how it floats, you know? I love the fur texturing on this model. I am not going to lie. This might make me play Cougar more. Because before Cougar was removed from the current version of Cenozoic Era, I didn't really play it that often, mainly because I wasn't a big fan of the calls. I don't know, the Juvie one, I think it was. I don't remember which call it was, but it sounded so funny. I think it was the 2 call? Might have been. Oh hey, the rain stopped, thank you. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be a rabbit that I'm seeing. The little red dot just over there. See, the chat box should fade in and out rather than just sitting there. And why am I the only one on testing the game? Like, come on now. Anyway, so we're gonna drink now. I like that the bodies last for a good while. That's very helpful for, like, juveniles. Especially for foxes, too. Because foxes, while they are speedy and do bleed, they can still be killed in one hit by most things. 1 to 2 hits by most things, especially tigers and whatnot, you know? So you want them to be fast. You want them to be able to hunt smaller creatures. Honestly, I think bunnies should be playable in the game just because they're cute and people would go nuts over that and that would get a lot of players into the game. Although I do hope it's not just going to be cougar and elk that the Recode starts out with when it's released. I really hope the rest of the roster actually gets added. And black bear. Black bear needs to make a return because black bears can climb. Grizzly bears cannot. So while it may seem pointless to have 2 different types of bears in, grizzly bears cannot climb, but they do fish. They swim. Black bears do not swim as well as grizzly bears. Okay, I like this. I wish the mouth showed a little bit better, like the top of it. Like, the bottom jaw looks great. The teeth could be sinking into the rabbit some, but then again, you don't want teeth sinking into, like, the cub. I just swallowed a gnat. Oh my god. Coffee, save me. So I have noticed the testing map is very small, which, you know what, that's fine, but at the same time, the larger the testing map, the more bugs that can be found and sorted out. Though then again, this, as far as I know, this is just a testing map and not the map that will actually be used, unless it's a portion of the actual map. In which case, I could just be dumb and be forgetting area, but like, this is the edge of the map. You can't even run off of it, which I am so thankful for. Because I know in some games, if you try to go through the border, it kills your character, and I'm just like, well, that's dumb. I feel like stam is well balanced. I have no idea about health yet, because, hello bunny. I've not been on at the same time as anybody else to be able to test damage and all that. And I don't think any of my friends that I play with are in QA. So, oh, out of stam. Okay, so let's hit H to lay down and rest. I feel like every creature, except for like obviously the cervines and equines, so like deers and the horses and stuff, should have a sit. Like all the carnivores for sure should be able to have a sit function where they can just sit down instead of laying down all the time. Because you know what? Some people just want to be able to sit. It looks cool. So like maybe tap the rest button once to sit, tap it again to lay down, and then hit W to get back up, you know? Oh yeah, I can't hit W to get back up anymore. Though I guess not being able to hit W to get back up fixes that whole, like, laying down and moving around bug, which honestly, that bug was fun. We never used it to exploit it to, like, avoid hunts or anything. Those of us on my server, we just used it to do, like, little zoomy races because it was hilarious. I'm just like, man, he's gonna patch this bug and we're gonna be sad because we can't do our zoomy races anymore. Our Roomba races, as we called it. I like these hills. I'm liking the stone texture. It looks so good, especially the scratches. It looks like cougars have been up and down this. I definitely think a cool feature to add to the map, though, would be like the more players run through certain areas, the more worn down, like more path-like those certain areas could become, like it would in real life, just wildlife trails. I just tried to hit G to drop the rabbit. This isn't the Isle me. Okay, so swimming. Yeah, that looks about like a cat swimming, so I am toe beans. Sorry. I like kitty toe beans. Oh, that's not healthy. You do not need to be floating when swimming. That was happening with the crop when it was first released too, and so definitely needs to be like, the water needs to be up to like here on the neck of the cougar when it's swimming. That's for sure. Well, good to see the cat doesn't have nuts anymore. Sorry. All of the felines in the original, in the current out version of this, had nuts. We thought it was hilarious. Me and Sleeps were just like, well, that was a weird thing to notice, but now that we know it, it's freaking hilarious. Like, I'm not upset with the Recode. Like, obviously it still needs a little bit of work, and that's fine, you know? Okay, so there's the cougar. I keep trying to see what's the jump look like. Whee! Also, I am sad because I cannot jump up on those rocks. And I'm just like, bruh. Cougars can climb trees. That should definitely be a function. Like, maybe use G to be able to climb trees. But I imagine that has to do more with collision and stuff. I'm gonna munch on this rabbit a little bit more. Oh, that's might get annoying for some players, walking up to your food and it just getting yeeted like a yard away. I'm not disappointed. I have everything on ultra right now. The grass looks a little funky, so that might need to be a little fixed. Hey, look! Milkweed! Sorry. But at the same time, that could just be like my CPU, because my CPU is going on in my computer and I'm sad. but I plan to replace it as soon as I can. All in all, I think it looks great, at least for the cougar. Let's do the elk real quick before this recording gets too long and Discord wants to say screw you when I go to upload it. So we're gonna hit respawn. We're gonna hit slot 2. I'm gonna go to herbivores. Last time I played the elk, I couldn't eat or anything like I think I could drink, but I couldn't eat. I couldn't smell. So why does my elk look scarred? It's not even been attacked yet. Anyway, are you gonna try it? Thank you. I hate that slow walking. And what is with this quest? Like, the quest is cool. I like the idea of quests. I love the idea of quests and like a progression system. Another idea that Open can do is kind of similar to what the Isle is doing, or what Beast of Bermuda does, and like as you grow, have special points. Do I just not have a character screen anymore? I guess not. That's weird. Okay. Oh, it's a piece of meat. Jesus. Anyway, have like a progression system where as you grow, you get points that you can put into specific stats of your choice. You know, like speed, strength, stealth, damage, stuff like that, you know? Make your own builds like they do in Beast of Bermuda, but instead of it being dinosaurs, it's, well, creatures. Other types of creatures. Mammals, and reptilians in the case of the crocodile. I want a snake. Even if it's just an anaconda, I'd be happy. Anacondas get big, but I want to be a titanoboa so bad. Let me play a giant snake. I just want to play a snake, man. Like, honestly, looks good. Why are we slightly floating? That's weird. Can we stop that? That would be great. Okay. So it's just how the slant was. Interesting. Wow. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not upsetting. I need to drink. That's why I said, are you not going to let me drink now? Because I didn't even test out the cougar calls. We'll go back. There's that little red cage thing again. My partner's blowing up my Discord. It's fine. Incubested, you can wait. I'm recording, ho. And what is with the more yellowish butt of the elk? That's just like, looks pea stained to me. That's good enough. Sniff. Can we smell plants now? Yes, yes we can. Okay, cool. We could not smell them last time I tried to do this. Which is like, maybe a week ago tops. I think the meat from the chili is like getting stuck in my teeth and popping around on my tongue and weirding me out. Because I was eating some chili cheese fries. And it's not a bad grazing sound. I'd say lower the volume slightly. Make it sound less moist. Like, I'm excited for the launch of this. Hello, bunny. Yeah, you do have a red cage around you. I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be able to see that. That's weird. Anyway. Let's go find that bunny. Get a better look at that. There it is. Oh, bunny, why are you running from me? You wouldn't run from an elk, because an elk wouldn't hurt you. Oh yeah, it's got the little red, like, Avatar animation cage around it. Whatever the hell it's called. Like, I know a little bit about Unreal Engine 5 because I was messing around with it since I am developing my own game, but at the same time, I don't know enough about it to really be able to say. Can I just say this ripple effect in the pond is fabulous? I love that. Okay, so let's see what swimming with the elk looks like. Again, the water needs to be a little bit higher, and this just, the way it like leans super far to the side just doesn't feel very accurate. Why can I see a butthole on my elk? That's just weird. I feel like those parts should be non-existent in a game. Like with Ark freaking having pooping dinosaurs and characters, that drives me nuts. Like, I get there's a purpose to it. Yeah, see, I can't jump on those rocks. It makes me sad. What in the world happened to this rock? Did a tree go through it? Oh, come on. Also, how do we up our mood? Like, we're not given any kind of tutorial or anything on that, so maybe put that in the tutorial once the Recode is launched. Just running around and up my mood. No. Ups my body temperature still, that's nice. Also, elk should have stamina that drains a lot slower than that, so elk should have more stamina than that. You gotta think, these guys are long distance runners. When they take off and they are gone. Let's get to the top of the hill where there's no grass and hopefully no slant. Oh, the elk doesn't have a lay down animation. Oh, yes it does. Okay, it's just taking forever. Oh. Okay, that was a little fast. Maybe slow that down slightly and that'll feel a little more realistic, but yeah, I like that. I just want to be my pure white stag. Alright. Am I gonna die to this person? Aw, they ruined my elk one call. Why did they hurt my elk one call? Oh, it's a cougar. That can get it. See, no, I liked the claws for the elk in the original version. What is with the head shrinking like that? That's weird. And then the help call is just completely gone. I don't think I like that much. Why is my food not big? Okay, so you're not gonna let me drink now? Oh, there's the cougar. So definitely, I'd say bring back the old elk calls because, quite frankly, they were mint and I loved them. Honestly, all of us elk players specifically loved that broadcast elk call because it just Wolf Quest nostalgia, man. Wolf Quest nostalgia. Also, I don't think the creature should make a noise when the player talks. I don't think it should. That's something that's always bugged me in the Isle. Is I really don't think... What happened to my trap? Okay, there it goes. I just really don't think the creature should make a noise because a person is talking to someone else in the chat. Like, especially if a bunch of people are in like a herd and they're talking amongst themselves, and they're talking fast, that repetitive sound can get so annoying so fast that I would just take away what we called the F call in the Isle. Like, I would just take that out completely because it's just gonna annoy a lot of people. I mean, yeah, I can see how it would be useful for like hunting herds and stuff, but or hunting other predators. But at the same time, it just gets annoying when you're just trying to chill. And if you're just trying to chill with your herd and you're talking a lot and you're constantly hearing that noise, it can give you a migraine, honestly. And then there's people who will just talk just to spam that noise, and I hate it. I would also suggest like maybe a cooldown in between the really loud calls. So, are we floating? Let me zoom in. Oh my god, my eyeballs can't focus on it because it's moving, and movement looks great. I love the little like prancy prance. I want to see what it looks like on a juvenile or even like a newborn. I can't right click to kick anymore. Can't even really attack as the elk, which makes me sad because I loved the kick. Well, hold on, let me try with this rabbit. No, can't attack as the elk right now, which is sad. Okay, so let's go back to the cougar. Actually, doing that will allow me to see if being around another of the same species as me oh, I like that. I like that too. I'm gonna move away from them so they don't think I'm 3-calling them and try and fight me because I'm just trying to test my calls. Okay, what's the 3-call sound like? Okay. And then no help call. Yeah. So definitely need to fix the head glitch because that's a little trippy on the eyeballs. Hello, rabbit. I'm not hungry, but I'm gonna snag you anyways because I can. Oh, it squeaked. That was good. Cute. I like how we can just run around, yoink yoink something up and then run away. Like, yes, that makes like if we want to snatch a baby from a herd or a pack, like that makes hunting a little bit easier. Hilarious as hell, but easier. I don't think I finished what I was saying about my idea where like progression points essentially, or when you die at an older age, so like if your character lived for so many hours or days or weeks IRL time, but in game and essentially became an elder like an Animalia, you could get points upon death to put into your next animal of the same species to try and give yourself a little bit of, I guess, you can give yourself more stamina, more health, etc., etc., Yeah. And now that the hell is about good for walking. What about trotting? Yeah, I guess a cougar would hold their tail a little more still when walking or trotting. Still, not stale. Still. Not steel or stale. I can't talk apparently. But yeah, like it just like progression points system or something like that. I like the idea of quests for sure. Like daily, maybe weekly and monthly quests. That could be fun. Yeah, like the run is nice. That tail though is weirding me out, but at the same time I've never seen an actual cougar run. But I imagine they do much the same with their tail that like cheetahs do. Because they have to use it as a counterbalance. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Not upset with it. Like, if it were to be released right now, that would be a little weird, because obviously you shouldn't be able to see these things. I feel like the forecall, the help call, should come back for sure, because how else are little pups gonna specifically call, like, because, like, pups and cubs, so babies, love to be annoying with their calls. But, like, if they're playing in a realistic setting and something tries to get them, if they have that forecall, that help call, they can press that call and spam it and get the adults to come help them. What? Well then. That looked hilarious. At least we can get up on this rock. I wonder what they did. Maybe? Yeah, definitely a rock issue. We should not be floating when walking on top of a rock. And our camera should not, like, bounce off when we hit one of our teammates, because that actually can be a seizure issue right there. So, collision needs work done a little bit. Camera phasing, I guess you would call it, needs work done a little bit. All in all, I think it looks awesome. And you gotta figure out how to get rid of that red cage around the rabbits, because that does not need to be showing. Pretty sure only developers are supposed to be able to see that. But all in all, I think it sounds good. Definitely bring back the old elk calls, because those were phenomenal. And all the elk players are going to be like, bruh, give us our Wolf Quest nostalgia back. The new cougar calls, love them. Not complaining. Definitely bring back the forecall. That needs to come back, because that actually serves a lot of purposes. Like, primarily for babies, even if it's just brought back for, like, newborns and juveniles and maybe adolescents, that's fine, you know, because adults don't necessarily need to have it. But then again, at the same time, if something much stronger than that adult creature comes along, them being able to forecall to get their herds or pack's attention for help would definitely be handy. But yeah, I think it all looks pretty decent, honestly. Also, I just realized just how big the elk is, because look at how big the cougar is compared to this bush. And you saw how big that elk was compared to the bush. It's like 4 times the size of the cougar, but then again, elks are huge, so fitting. Definitely need more of these bushes, though, to just be able to go crouch. Oh, I can't crouch. Interesting. Okay. It's definitely a lion-esque walk there. But yeah. I like the little, like, dust flying up, but that should really only happen if you're trotting or full-on galloping. Like, it just makes more sense, because if a cat specifically is just walking, they're not going to be moving fast enough to really throw up any dirt. But trotting and galloping, yes. Like, it's not really doing it with the trot. What about with the gallop? Okay, there it is with the gallop. See, that's where it makes the most sense. Whoops, did not mean to go in the water. Would be cool if we had like a wet glisten to the fur on the creatures when like it rains or they go in water and then come back out. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, not. I forgot I was running my washer. Okay, but yeah, that for sure is gonna need fixed because that's just gonna ruin the immersion. Everybody's gonna be terrified of water when the croc is back. That's for sure. Yeah, otherwise I say it looks awesome. Like the testing map looks cool. I would definitely throw in some like wildflowers. Like some daisies, daffodils, poppies, morning glories. You know, if you can find stuff like that. Definitely throw in some, or maybe some jungle-like wildflowers in the jungly areas of the map. God, I hope we're using the same map that is currently out, because that would be nice. Like, not this testing map. This testing map's kind of weird. But the map that's currently out that everybody who is not QA can play on. Yeah, I'm liking it. Ooh, I like the pant when we get done running. Okay. I shouldn't be panting for that long, especially not when the body temperature's only at 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Especially since most animals run at a much higher temperature than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end my recording here and say that there is still some work to be done, but otherwise it's not bad looking at all. Like, I do like that we can go lay down in trees. Honestly, like, lay down under trees. But I feel like at the same time there should be, like, I should not be able to go through a tree. Not the actual trunk. So there should be collision there. But being able to go into these lower branches and just lay down is nice. Because then you're just like, shade. And that should count as shade too, to keep you cool or to keep you as dry as possible when it's raining. Definitely gonna need a tutorial on how to do the whole mood thing, because that is definitely a bit confusing, because clearly being around another of the same type as me is not enough to adjust my mood. Unless it's a certain amount of ones that you need to be around, in which case that's like Jurassic World Evolution stuff right there, and that could be detrimental if you do debuffs for moves that are not that great. Because a lot of players will go and play solo. And But, yeah, like, a lot of players will like to go and play solo, and so if there's debuffs for being, like, not that great of a mood, or sad, or depressed, then that's going to be detrimental to them. You gotta take into account what your players are going to want to do, or what they may want to do. I agree with this Dex person. I hope we get cool weather events like tornadoes and wildfires and stuff. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like tornadoes, blizzards, snowstorms, wildfires, floods. All of that would be amazing. It would add to the immersion. Like, obviously, you would want to have a certain point on the map where, like, the floods wouldn't be able to get to, so that the creatures can all go there and have it be like a peaceful meeting ground where they can chill until the flood goes back down a little bit. Droughts would be cool too. But yeah. Do what Beast Bermuda did. Freaking have the NATOs chase a player. I'm sorry, I like to be the trophy on Athos and just ride their tornadoes. God, I haven't had Beast Bermuda installed in a while because those developers messed up big time and I don't support them anymore. Like, love the concept they did, but now they're trying to force their players to do things that their players don't want to do, so they're losing a lot of their fan base. And they're banning anyone who tries to speak up about it. It's very frustrating. I don't think Cougars should be able to do that, honestly. I don't think Cougars should be able to take on a Tiger at all. I think they should naturally get this, like, fear buff when they see a bigger predator than them, and then tuck tail and go. Because Cougars, they won't even mess with a grizzly. They might mess with a black bear because they're smaller and black bears are more docile, whereas grizzlies are more aggressive. But I don't think they should be able to mess with a tiger. But they would definitely take on a wolf, though. Cougars hate dogs. Not to mention, cougars are more of loners. They don't tend to go in a pack at all. Whereas wolves, they are pack animals. Grizzly bears are loners. Black bears are loners. You know, tigers, they're loners too. So if you want, like, a pack cat, bring in a regular lion. Like an African lion. There's your pack cat. Cheetahs are a bit of loners. Leopards, depending, can be pack or can be loner. It just depends on what the situation is like. Yeah, see, that shouldn't be happening. My paws, like, all four of my paws should be connecting with the rock. That's a little weird. But I think that's a pain in the butt to get proper, like, get just right. But yeah, like, I feel like an animal should get a debuff if it's trying to take on something that it normally wouldn't try to take on in real life. Also, can I just say, I would love a saber-toothed tiger. That would be awesome. Now, that was a pack creature. Anyway, gonna leave this recording here. I think I've said enough. And, I guess get it uploaded to YouTube so I can share it to Discord, because Discord's weird with sharing recordings, video recordings. But yeah. Like, I could have streamed this, but there's not really anything to do yet to fully, properly test this. But obviously you're going to have to work out the bugs that are found here before you can add more stuff to be tested. Otherwise you're going to run into more bugs that might be impossible to fix without having to remove those extra stuffs again, and that's just a lot of work that I'm sure no developer wants to have to put themselves through. But yeah, I like it. I'm not upset at it, even with the little, like, hush Gwen, even with the little floating things and the weird head shrink and enlarge bug when you call and whatnot. It's not bad. So the head bug is a little funny, honestly. The swimming, like, looking at that, the swimming definitely needs fixed. Oh, the tab key does work now. Okay. Yeah, shouldn't be able to drink from that far away from the water. That's just interesting. Makes me wonder. If I go back here and press E, can I do it? No? Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be able to drink from that far away from the water. Also, it would be cool if the water could rise a little bit to, like, right here where it's starting to get lighter on the ground when it rains. Because, you know, water naturally does that. Let it rise different amounts for different rain durations. Obviously have set amount of rain durations. Guinevere. Hush. But yeah, I'm not upset with it. I like it. I like the look of the new models. It's very nice. Look at those teeth. Those are very cat-like teeth. I agree. Those are good. Those claws are nice too. Look at me floating again. Also, toe beans. You can kind of see them there on the bottom. That's amazing, honestly. I like that. Alright, yeah. So we're just gonna lay down right here and end the recording.